Were you born into and did you grow up in urban setting, in modern urban setting? If so, this video might be for you. When you're born in a modern industrial urban setting and live there, you're not going to be informed and taught that the natural world that can surround you, if you wish to, can be a very big use of you. Actually, there are entire groups of people for whom that's exactly what it is, the whole reality. And I think permaculture is trying to reconcile that for people that grew up in an industrial setting, and it explains and teaches that the world is a perfect home. Actually, the word ecosystem could be translated as home system. And permaculture therefore stresses that the way the ecosystem around you will be designed will have fundamental effect on the quality of life you will be living. For me personally, the bottom line is that all you need for happy, healthy and lucky permaculture community you can derive from the ecosystem. The ecosystem provides services like sanitation, plants. Why plants are called plants? Plants produce. Every plant is a producer, and ecosystem retains, filters, and produces water. Ecosystem cools the atmosphere. Ecosystem cools the air. Ecosystem efficiently functions as air conditioning. Literally, it condenses the air by cooling it, and it releases moisture, catches water, produces water. One of my favorite descriptions of culture is that it is what we do to nature. Culture is what we do to nature. That's what culture is. If you consider yourself nature, then you can say culture is what we do to ourselves. And that would put nature not as being opposite to culture, but culture being continuation of nature, and it can be the vice versa too. If the culture is understanding the ecosystem in which it is set, then it can be beneficial for nature. It can be that culture produces nature. Treating nature as your primary renewable resource is, I think, what permaculture is after. Integrate yourself into the ecosystem in a way that the only way that the ecosystem should find out that there is an integrated human animals living in it should be that the canopy is getting bigger, larger. The way you relate to yourself will show directly on your garden, on your in your food forest. And maybe you say, oh, but I don't have any garden, I don't have any food forest. Well, And I don't mean having it like you bought it and you own it. I meant it owns you. Food forest that you can say this, I have a food forest, kind of like say I have a fever or I have a cold or I have a virus. Yeah. Have you ever thought that all you need for life can be derived from healthy ecosystem? Have you ever thought about that if you are not doing that, your humanness is being taken away from you? How about that? Is this a fallacy? So, if it is true that all you need for life you can obtain from healthy ecosystem, if that is true, if you are not obtaining from ecosystem, from healthy ecosystem, you are not being human being. And so from certain point of view, from certain stand, it is my obligation to learn the life around me, learn the ecosystem around me, how to behave in it without destroying it, while I derive benefits from it. Hope it makes sense. There is look who's coming, talking about deriving benefits. He eats what I cannot. Ta-da. There is very interesting, or I'm not sure if interesting, but notable phenomena here in Costa Rica, and I bet in many places of the world, where the extreme of destroying natural world is just taken to other extreme, where I think they even call it absolute protection. And so meanwhile it's still better have it and not be able to use it, which is what's happening. Perhaps it is or not perhaps, I would agree, therefore I would agree that it is much better than not having it. However, I do think that now we are ready for the step number 2, and that is integrated consciously into everyday life, all part of the day, so to speak. So growing your food, collecting your water, or at least making sure there is no erosion around you, making sure canopy is being grown around you where you live. Help to grow canopy, you are benefiting from it. And help others understand that all those people that were born into industry. Oh, there is a paycheck. Ta-da! Thank you. Awesome. And so all the people that were born into the system which practices the opposite, the benefiting from ecosystem, this in a way which effectively destroys the ecosystem. And so all those people, they don't even know there is a way. And even if they knew, or some of them do, They figured that, but they don't know the way. And the only way is to learn your ecosystem around you and keep learning it, how it functions, what species there are, what's happening, how can you integrate the function of a human being. Yeah, what would be if I say the function of this animal here is to eat what I cannot and then produce something that I can use, in this case fertilizer, to grow something I do eat. All right, so I'm using biodiversity to feed me, and I make sure that the world around me is not being eroded genetically or ground erosion. And so that's the only way how to come up or come in terms with the world, in this case, how to reconcile in between culture and nature. It's common way to describe nature as like the opposite of culture, in a sense that nature happens without humans and culture happens with humans. There are some other interpretations. Nonetheless, I think that culture is like the tip of a pyramid on top of nature. The base is the nature, and on top of that pyramid is culture. Are you aware that everything you need for life can be obtained from healthy ecosystem?